Today I have a special guest out of Manning, South Carolina, rapper, entrepreneur, everything like that. Miss K Mills in the house.
Thank you, thank you.
So, Ms. Mills, this is a great introduction to have you on the show. But before we get started, I gotta hit that intro.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, so now we back. So to start today interview off is that you out of Manning, South Carolina, correct?
Correct. Born and raised.
Born and raised. All right, so tell me a little bit about your time in Manning growing up, and how did you get into the art of music and rapping?
Well, growing up in Manning, it's a small town, ain't really too much to do. And then, like, my family always been into music, more so like gospel. But I got like aunties, uncles, cousins, who rap and do things like that. And so I just happened to hear my uncle playing some old school one day. I believe it was Crisscross. And ever since then, I just kind of was drawn to music. So then, like, I remember being about 12 years old. And I went up to him and I was like, I want to rap. If I rap it, can you write it for me? Because I couldn't write then. So then I made up a little rap and he would write for me. Ever since then, I just been writing.
Wow. So when you first heard Crisscross back then, and knowing who they are, we know all the tragedy to one of them. So what would your take of how they were being so young but mature artists at that time?
And so the way I feel about it is, with just the industry and the art in general, it's hard to be young, and it's just hard in general to kind of make it these days. But to be young and having to have that adult mindset as far as making like business decisions and things like that, that was something too that was just kind of inspiring. It's like, okay, these some young artists, they're doing it, people listening, and it was just kind of like an inspiration to me as well.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Now, I did get a chance to hear some of your music, in which I love the style. I love how you intertwine some of, I guess, some of your experiences and things that's going on today. So by you listening to Crisscross back then, tell me who is some of your influence artists of today's era right now?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't knock today's music. I love the fact that everybody is doing their thing and the music has evolved. But my main two favorite artists, just in general, would have to be Lauryn Hill and Lil Wayne. That's just always been my favorite artist out of any artist.
Okay. And since you named two of them, I'm gonna go with Lauryn Hill. What makes you gravitate towards her and her music and her craft?
The positivity, the inspiration. I like to say Lauryn Hill kind of made me who I am as far as like my mindset and just kind of, being more open-minded and, just trying to do positive things and understanding the impacts of the world and things like that. So, like a great inspiration.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And same thing, what about Lil Wayne?
So with Lil Wayne, it's more so like the lyrical side of it. I just love the lyrical side and how he can just, rap on the spot, just, his style, everything.
Okay. So, and to your credit, both of them is very influential artists. Lauryn Hill, she was, as she was with the Fugees back then, and then till she got on her own. And Lil Wayne was with Cash Money until he got his first solo start when he was like 15 and everything. So I mean, it's good, because I think music has evolved so much during that time, and then seeing the young generation really changing the game for themselves and doing, taking a different lane, but I think some of them don't pay homage to some of the old generation, and such as yourself, that you have like these two artists that kind of like paved the way for you a little bit to help you on your style. So I'm looking at your bio. It says that you're a songwriter, you're a music organizer, well, more like, or you're a producer. So
not more so like a producer, but just more so like, say for instance, if someone need help just kind of getting their songs written, or if they have a song that's already written and they just kind of want somebody to look over it, see if it's any tweaks or anything you can do to it, that's the type of things that's pretty much in reference to.
kind of help them organize it out, to a better concrete lyrical form.
Right.
Okay, I got you. And so also, in your bio it says you're very versatile. You cater to the moods and the diverse music of your fans. So what makes you different from any other artist, since you are very versatile?
So the thing about me, it just seems like a lot of artists these days, you just kind of hear the similar sound with their music. But like with me, I'm the type, I don't care what type of beat it is. It can be a reggae, a Mexican, or, any type of beat, hip hop. I'm just kind of going to do whatever need to be done with it. And like, I can just kind of adapt. I can do songs for female singers, any type of thing. I can do fast rap, slow rap, no rap at all, all of that stuff. So it's just pretty much the versatility, just being an all-around rapper.
And I think that's one of the major keys in today's music. You have to be very versatile to be able to go between the lines and not scared to challenge certain aspects of your artistic creation and stuff like that. As me, I've been not been, but I'm still is a spoken word artist. I haven't written and did a lot of things, and to your credit, I could understand it, from one artist to the next, because when I started writing poems, and then I changed it to song lyrics, and then years later I got back into it and started loving it a little bit more. But and just, I think when you love something so much, you are able to really hone that talent the way you want to.
Yeah.
Have you worked with any other artists besides yourself in the Manning area or outside the state of South Carolina?
And so I worked with different artists, some artists in North Carolina. I worked with an artist who's actually in Jamaica before as well. I'm the type, if someone's willing to work, I'm willing to work. I'm just all about networking and just kind of helping each other. Okay. So I've done music with many artists, different places.
And so what is your main focus today for your music?
So my main focus today, I'm just pretty much trying to be able to give back a positive view to the youth and things like that. I want to also help other artists like myself who's independent and kind of come from a place where, a lot of times they would say you can't really make it because it's such a little small place. I just want to kind of show them that, we can make it, and just kind of show them that it's always a way out. You just got to believe in yourself and just never give up.
Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. So now, how well has your mom played an integral part of your career so far?
So my mom, she's actually played a major part, especially being an independent artist. I actually got her to pretty much help manage me and everything, because I just feel like, it's a lot of other people out here who kind of wouldn't really have like your best interest at heart, but just knowing like, mom always had my best interest at heart. She do everything that she can to just make sure that I'm getting things done. She stay on top of me, making sure that I'm being consistent, motivation, inspiring me, things like that. So she definitely plays a tremendous part in it. I really feel like, you know, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be doing music right now, because I really was kind of, you know, giving up on it. And she just kind of told me, hey, you can do it, so do it. So that's why I'm here now.
Well, well, just know that, you know, with every gift, you know, God plays an integral role of it. And for your mom just to keep you on that path and never let your dreams die, that is very, very significant. And so big ups to your mom on that. Now, you say you're an independent artist, and you know, as we spoke before this interview, tell me about you being an independent artist and you having your own independent label.
And so I got a record label called STTH Entertainment. It's called Shake Through the Hate Entertainment. I just feel like, you know, it's a lot of people out here doubting, and now it just seems like if you're not really part of a trend, I would say if a lot of people are not following you, then other people won't really follow you. So I just feel like, you know, you got to shake through the hate. Like, just keep going, keep making it happen no matter what, because there's going to be hate out there regardless. But don't let that stop you from being you and creating your art as an artist, because it's not going to be up to everybody's liking. That's why it's called an art and you're an artist. So, you know, it's no right or wrong way to do it.
Yeah, I agree. And basically, you know, creating your own lane and making sure that you stay different, but keeping in a positive light at the same time as you create great music. And I definitely agree with that. You know, you got to stay motivated, and you got to make sure that everybody's not going to be acceptable to what you do, you know. And as you look at how the world is right now, you know, music changing, you know, since COVID, music has not hit that hiatus like it's supposed to before COVID. So, and everybody's trying to generate it back again, you know. Yeah. Because if you follow like some of the major artists like a Chris Brown, like Drake, and like say Cardi B, for instance, a lot of them, you know, their music took a back seat for a minute. And then until after the COVID, you know, we got out of the COVID part, you know, everybody's trying to get back on there. So, so right now we're going to take a little break. So I want you to introduce this next track, because when I listen to it, I hear the raw talent in you. Like, I mean, you really, like, I could tell you worked on your craft for a long time to perfect the way you know how you rap. So I want you to introduce this next track that's we're gonna listen to real quick.
Okay. And so that track there, that's the Concrete.
Yeah.
All right. And so Concrete, that's just pretty much a song that was just kind of inspired, just based off of things that go on in the world, and kind of like personal things as well. You know how you have close people that was close to you, then as things start to evolve, they kind of try to snake you or turn their backs on you. You know, things like that, just kind of showing, you know, like Concrete, 10 toes down, who's stepping like me? Silent surface like the fire, no burns on my feet. I'm the burning flame stuck to me and kiss some heat. Speaking on my name, better grab your iced tea. You feel me? So, yeah. All
right. So ladies and gentlemen, you heard her with a little fire spitting right there. So we're going to play Concrete for y'all.
Concrete, 10 toes down, who's stepping like me? Silent surface like the fire, no burns on my feet. I'm the burning flame, step to me and kiss some heat. Speaking on my name, better grab your iced tea. I'm the one who pull up, paid it, paint and invaded. I'm the one they thought wouldn't made it, cause I've been faded. Ones I look eat off my plate is the same with envy and hate it. Need that free game, so they congratulate it. I'm the one be proud of them niggas, apology nigga. I'm who teach the grind of them niggas, get profit up nigga. Get a flow, I'm humble like that. No competition, I'm my competition, run up a check. I'm about to make them go and walk on their ass, lost their legs, trying to walk in my shoes, took the wrong path. Door on the map, main focus always get to the bag. Through the jungle, through the mud, got the boots in the bag, snipe swiper ass. If I cut you you off, you was the cost, let it sink in. Too much about my business to play them games. We are not the same. You too busy trying to flex and drill. Rather tuck my chain. Pull up, bulletproof, whip paint dripping like the Rhine Creek. 10 toes down, who's stepping like me? Silent surface like the fire, no burns on my feet. I'm the burning flame, step to me and catch some heat. Speaking on my name, better grab your iced tea. I'm the young nigga with the drop, open up shop. Smoking curl of purple, that's the obsolete, get them up. Young cocky hitter like Floyd, get the knockout. In the trenches with my boys, and they got them Glocks out. Drums and tits, making noise, make them rock out. Won't smoke, dead nigga pop out. No firefighter, got the hose to put the smoke out. Keep the peace, get the peace like you order takeout. What do it take to turn your dreams into reality? Separate from fake, deeper rolls into your sanity. They underestimate witness the greatness from integrity. Never giving up, look in my eyes, it ain't no fear in me. Don't ask me how nobody feel, I'm too busy building meals. Remember being hungry, but my pride won't let it leave my lips. If you'd ever cross me, I'd allowed it just to give a win. Censored as a kid, it's so easy to never speak again. 10 toes down, who's stepping like me? Silent surface like the fire, no burns on my feet. I'm the burning flame, step to me and catch some heat. Speaking on my name, better grab your iced tea. Fuck the street fame, I stay out the way. Chasing bread and cracker, I need a bigger cake. I can write a whole sheet on why these niggas hate. I'm too real, and allergic to fate. More than rapping is preaching, testimony no dealers. Cross the road without seeing, that mean I see double vision. Moving packs in the stool, doing laps on the beat. Got me geek, concrete. 10 toes down, who's stepping like me? Silent surface like the fire, no burns on my feet. I'm the burning flame, step to me and get some heat. Speaking on my name, better grab your iced tea.
Concrete.
All right, guys, you heard it. You heard it here. Concrete. So I'm telling you, I played it in the car. I listened to it on my phone, and I was really, really digging that track. That was some great work right there.
Thank you.
So, let me ask you a question. Have you put out an album, EP, or anything like that?
So I haven't. I'm actually working on an album now. I got like a few songs that I'm thinking about putting on the album, but then I got some other songs that's done, but I still just got to go get them recorded and produced and everything, and I want to put those on the album as well. So I'm definitely working on the album. I'm just kind of, trying not to rush it too much, but it's definitely coming. So stay tuned for that.
Do you have your own producers, or you work with somebody? Do you have your own studio at home, or do you go somewhere like that?
And so it just pretty much depends. I do have a producer, but a lot of times they travel as well, and they just kind of got some other things going right now. And then, with like working and things like that. So I just kind of go to other people as well sometimes, just pretty much based on the situation.
Okay. And like most people, most artists, they usually buy beats offline or have somebody that makes beats for them. How do you, when you writing or have a thought in your mind, how do you cipher for what beat translates for what are you trying to captivate at that moment?
Well, honestly, say for instance, if I didn't hear a beat and I just kind of have like something in my mind that I just kind of write down or something, then if I just happen to run across a beat and I just feel like, okay, this seems like this can catch a little bit on this beat just kind of gives me the vibe based on what I was speaking on, with that. So then I'll just kind of put that to the beat, but I don't necessarily go, looking for a beat. I just kind of let the beat give me whatever vibe it gives me. And that's just pretty much what I give it as far as my lyrics and my delivery and everything else.
Okay, that's what's up. So now, as an artist, have you anybody compared you to any artists? Not the ones that you inspired by, but like say somebody hear your lyrics and they say, "Oh, you remind me of so and so." So who has any of your fans or family members say you remind them of this certain artist?
And so It's kind of crazy because a few people told me that I remind them of like the Brat. Some people told me that I remind them of like MC Elliott. You know, one person said that I remind them of like Young M.A. You know, I'm not sure if it was because of like the sound or the style or what, you know,
Yeah.
but they've been pretty much telling me that.
Well, I could see the Brat because your style reminds me of her when she first got started. You know, she's from Chicago and she had that fun, loving club type, but she was very versatile a little bit too. Then you do have that young MA style because you can go hard a little bit. So you kind of have a mixture of both of them, I would say, so, and that's nothing bad because that's good because we could decipher you from two different artists or a couple artists, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a good blend to have right there because
Yes.
I mean, when I first heard you, I was like, that's the first person I thought Young M.A. But then when you mentioned the Brat, and I was like, oh wow. I'm start thinking about it. I remember when the Brat first came out, she had the pigtails, the braids, and she was a little rough, you know what I'm saying? But it's definitely that's good, And have you like really studied any besides Lil Wayne and Lauryn Hill? Have you studied more older rappers, because of your style and stuff like that, and kind of see the distinctness of each one of them?
And so, yeah, every time I listen to a song, I always go past the beat. I always listen to the lyrics and, the message, the delivery, everything like that. And so I would say like Tupac, of course, Biggie as well, different things like that, like artists like that, more like that old school flow, that raw flow, but also inspirational at the same time, things like that.
Okay. All right. Have you now that project wise, now that you have an album in the works, do you have like any other projects that you would like to get into, like acting or maybe more touring or more performance and stuff like that?
And so, yeah, absolutely. I can definitely see myself maybe doing a little bit of acting. Of course, I'm definitely trying to go ahead and get the tour going as well. It's a lot of different things that I'm trying to get into. I already do the songwriting, but I want to kind of get into like maybe ghostwriting a little bit if that's possible. Things like that. I'm just kind of thinking of different things to evolve. Stepping out of like just being an artist myself. To just kind of have different things going.
Have you ghostwrite for anybody yet?
Yeah, I have one time.
Okay.
Just one time. That was it.
And based on their style, you kind of like write to how they are and stuff like that. Because like some people ghostwrite and they'll write kind of like how they would, deliver the lyrics.
And so as far as that goes, I would just kind of say if it's a singing song, I just ask them to just pretty much send me a clip of them singing, it no matter what it is, a cappella, so I can just kind of hear how their voice is and different things that they can do. And then I just kind of like, well, is there a particular type of song that you would like me to write? And based off of that, I'll go ahead and write that way. If they don't have a particular type, then I just pretty much go based off how I'm feeling with the beat, just based off like, the genre that they want.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yep.
So, and which one you like doing more, ghostwriting or performing?
So I would definitely always have to say performing. I definitely love performing, just the feel of me out there and just looking out in the crowd and seeing people paying attention, people just drift to me, it's just really like a great feeling.
That's good. Yeah. That's good. So where have you performed at so far since you love performing? Where have you performed at so far?
And so I've actually performed in Charleston, I've performed in Charlotte, and I also performed in North Carolina. But those are pretty much the main places that I've been outside of, like hometown, Manning, things like that.
Have you been to Atlanta? Performing in Atlanta?
I haven't been to Atlanta, but I actually have something planned coming up here soon for the fall time and go out to Atlanta and perform. So definitely stay tuned for that as well. I'll be dropping, the location and the specific dates.
All right, definitely let me know, and you know, because I'm only like about 2 hours or so from Atlanta, so you know, I
Okay,
definitely
okay,
would, you know, come out there and check you out. So
okay.
um, now that you know we got less than a few minutes to go and everything like that, tell me the one thing that you want your fans to know about you, and what are you planning on bringing in the future in music?
And so the main thing that I would say if I want them to know anything about me is that you definitely have to keep an open mind. Whenever I say that, because you know, a lot of people can't really adapt to versatility because they're so used to hearing the same type of music from the artists that they love. So, you know, it's kind of hard. You know, they might play a song and be like, oh, I don't like this song, and then never listen again. So, you know, just always keep an open mind whenever you're clicking on one of my tracks. You never know what you're going to get. And I can promise you, it's always going to be something, no matter what mood you're in, that you can vibe to on there. I promise. And so
Definitely.
as far as I'm
Oh,
sorry
go
about
ahead.
that.
No, go
But
ahead.
as
Go
far
ahead.
as doing things in the future, you know, I also do things like do raise money for the youth as far as giving back to the youth and also feed the homeless, things like that. I got free haircuts coming up that I'm scheduling here as well. You know, just different things like that. I try to, you know, just be involved with the community, just kind of be all around. So
Well, can you? I'm gonna go back to that part with the youth and the things you doing for the youth. Can you elaborate a little bit more and how you got started doing all that?
yeah, yeah. And so, you know, just kind of growing up, I always been the type, I always just sit back and just kind of dealt with things on my own. Even though I didn't have to, I had a great family, great support system. But just for some reason, it was just like that was just my path. And so just kind of sitting back, I just got to observe a lot. And so I got to also not learn myself, but I got to kind of learn other people and observe other people. And so I just really started to see that everything that you go through as a child just kind of affects you as an adult. And so I
Hmm.
just feel like it's important for kids to know that, you know, someone's there for them, to let them know, you know, that it's okay to feel like, you know, you're going insane maybe sometimes, you know, that's just a part of life, but just let them know that you always got to keep going, just stay strong. Someone's there for you, even if you feel like it's not, it's always somebody there.
Correct. Correct. All right. I like that. I like that. And giving back is very, very important. And
Yes.
just to see that you have a great path in front of you, and the understanding where you're trying to go, and you want
Yeah.
to make sure that who your fans, if they follow you and they see the work that you putting in, then they understand that, hey, they could do the same thing. You just got to continue to grow and follow your dreams along the way. So
Absolutely.
so therefore, I want you to give your fans a little treat of your freestyle ability and let them know that, hey, not just what you hear on the music, you can do this without the music.
I got you.
All right. All right. Whatever you're ready, you go ahead.
All right. Throw them hard times in a pile, I'ma sweep it up. Made it down south, I'ma show you why to believe in us. Came as elevating, I've been eating, just ain't had enough. More money, more problems, I'ma stack it up. Won't catch me slipping, always keep my shoes tied. Being had my eyes on the clock, it's about that time. Wonder how the doubters feel to see me on the stage. Had to go in my ace, still driving in my lane. South African fatality, we made it out the house. The sun gonna shine, you know we made it out the drought. We passed every test, testimony speaking out. The heavyweight champion, I paved the way out. I'm coming, I ain't talking sexual. I can see the fake approaching out my parentheral. Went from speaking down to a plot and almost biblical. What is for me is for me. I'm very spiritual. I'm like a bad dream. You love me, but you hate me in the worst way. It's too good to be true. How you do what you do. How somebody like you end up in first place. I shake through the hate.
All right. All right. All right. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is K Mills out of SC. And if you have not heard of her now, you definitely will hear her in the future. So let everybody know where they can find you at.
So you can pretty much find me on all platforms. I'm on Instagram, K_MILLZ 2.0. You can find me on YouTube at K_MILLZ 98. And you can pretty much find me on Twitter as well, and all music platforms as far as Apple Music, SoundCloud. Just type in K-MILL''Z, and the tracks will pop up.
All right, you hear it. So, Kay, it was a great pleasure sitting down with you. I hope we could do this again in the future. Definitely keep me posted on your activity. Wherever you're gonna be, either in ATL, Charlotte, wherever. If I'll definitely try to make time and check you out and everything like that. But
Okay.
my best advice for you is to keep striving, keep doing what you do, keep God first, and your path will be excellent.
Always. Thank you. And I definitely appreciate you having me here.
No problem. And this is Livewire Sports Intended. I'm your host, Martin Pounds. And you can check me out on every social platform. And you know what I do? I do it well. Until then, God bless and stay blessed, guys.